Hello, entrepreneurs. Stephen Jordan here. I'm a business lawyer, practiced 18 plus years. I practice with large, prominent law firms, business law firms, in addition to serving as in-house counsel for successful large corporations. I've represented large and small companies ranging from family businesses, sole proprietorships, all the way to large publicly traded corporations. I've handled thousands of transactions affecting businesses all across the United States and internationally, such as Canada and Costa Rica. Quick disclaimer. The content in this video and also in other videos that I'm going to be posting is not legal advice. I have to say that. And it's for informational purposes only. So what this video is going to cover, this video is going to be the top 5 questions that I get from clients when they're looking to start a new company or a new business. So that's what I'm going to cover. And this isn't expected, or the objective isn't to cover every nuance and every detail. Every business is unique. So I'm going to give you the top 5 questions I get and the answers that I can best provide in a general context within a video that's about 5 minutes or so. I'll have more detailed videos that follow in the future on specific areas dealing with law and business. So, top 5 questions when starting a new company or business. Number 1, do I need a lawyer? The short answer is no, you don't. You could do it yourself. The caveat to that is, should I get a lawyer? It's advised. Every business is unique, so I can't say all the reasoning why that you should, but let's say pitfalls are fallen into by companies if they get out of the gate and they just start running down the wrong road, painted the trucks, and out there in business and not properly haven't properly addressed issues. So do I need a lawyer? You should get, you don't need to, but you should. Experienced business lawyer is what is recommended. I don't recommend the internet legal service providers, the legal Zooms and all those things. I won't get into all the reasons why, but I don't recommend those internet legal service companies. I would get a real business lawyer, an experienced business lawyer, a lawyer that just handles business law. Not a lawyer that also does personal injury and criminal and domestic family law and stuff like that. You want a lawyer that just does business law. I've been a business law attorney for 18 years. I haven't dabbled in any of those other areas. That's what you want. That's who you want to entrust your company with. You want an experienced business lawyer. How do you find an experienced business lawyer? Mostly by recommendation, word of mouth, but with a business law firm with specific experienced business lawyers that do just that. So that's question 1. Question 2, what type of company entity should I create? There's a wide variety of types of entities. Should you create a company, or should you just, you don't need to file anything or create a formal legal company to run a general partnership or any type of partnership or a sole proprietorship. But it's recommended that you do create a company for a host of reasons, but most importantly, protecting yourself from personal liability. So that's advised. What type of company? You should create a legal company with the state. Where should you file and what type of company? Where is a whole separate question. You don't have to create your company in the state that you're doing business. You may have filing requirements in that jurisdiction, but you can file. If you've never been to Nevada, you can create a Nevada limited liability company. So just so you know that, the costs vary state to state, entity type of entity to entity. Most companies that are created today, new business companies, are limited liability companies. Um, but there's reasons to go in another direction as to structure, ownership, long-term business planning, tax considerations, and things of that sort. So you can create a C corp, an S corp, various types of partnerships, and other legal structures. But most often, it's a limited liability company. Again, a lawyer is recommended, but not required. And to create that legal entity like a limited liability company or either type of corporation, you create at the state level, at the Secretary of State's office in the state that you wish to create. Um, Question 3, can I use a specific name? They usually clients come to me and they have already an idea. I want to use this name for my business, or these 3 names, or they have an idea on what name they want to use. Can you use it? My general advice answer to this question is look before you launch. They usually share the name with me. Some names are better than others. But look before you launch. What that means is make sure there's nobody else using the name. Now, how extensive a search that you do, there's different levels of searching that you can do to make sure that nobody else is using that name. There's variations of names. They can be state filings. There can be federal trademark filings. There can be state trademark filings. And also you want to look at domain name usage. If the domain name or others are out there on the web, do web searches. So look before you launch. And usually the advice of an experienced business lawyer, especially one that has intellectual property law experience, they can guide you properly on this appears safe, this doesn't appear safe, there's already somebody in Montana with a similar name, or there's a company that's organized in the jurisdiction that you're sitting in with a name that's really close. So look before you launch. Federal trademarks, state filings. There's experienced business lawyers know how to do these searches rather quickly and can give you sound advice in that respect. And be creative in your name. Don't say if your company is, if you're in the Northeast and you're doing dry cleaning business, don't start your company name as Northeast Dry Cleaning. It's not trademark protectable. There's nothing creative about it. You want something that's unique for your business name. Be creative. And an experienced trademark lawyer, business lawyer, can assist you in that respect in guiding you on whether or not that is a strong mark that you're seeking to use as a trade name. So that's question 3. Question 4, what filings are required and what documents will I need? What filings are required are to create your company. You're going to file at the state level in one or more jurisdictions. If you're doing business in multiple jurisdictions, then you're going to need to qualify to do business in each of those jurisdictions. Now, to qualify doesn't require a lot, usually a fee and disclosing basic information about who's involved with the entity and addresses and registered agents and stuff to receive service of process. So you're going to need to file either articles, or depends on the jurisdiction, the names, articles of incorporation, articles of certification, or certificates of incorporation, or certificates of organization, depending if you're going to have an LLC or a corporation and the type of entity that you're creating. So you're going to have to file at the state level in the jurisdiction you're wishing to do business at a minimum. And you're going to have to file with the IRS, very simple form. Experienced business lawyers do it all the time. You're going to file with the IRS for an employer identification number. And if you go to a bank, they're going to need your EIN. So that's something you can get right off the bat too. Experienced business lawyer can assist you in that regard. Question 5, what type of contracts are going to be needed? You're going to need certain key contracts to make sure that your confidential information, proprietary information, isn't disclosed out of the gate. So you're going to want key employee and business relationship agreements that deal with non-disclosure, non-competes, You may have service agreements that you're going to need to have created and drafted and that you'll be utilizing. Customer agreements, depending on the nature of your business. You may want certain customer agreements in place. And again, all businesses are unique. So that is the bulk of the top 5 questions that I get out of the gate from clients seeking to start a new business. I offer a comprehensive business guide, legal considerations for existing businesses as well as new businesses. So $19.99 is you can get my comprehensive business guide. The table of contents, just to give you a quick idea, it's got initial considerations, entity formation, type of entity, where to file, and what documents are necessary. Company governing documents, business operation considerations. It discusses piercing the corporate veil and personal liability, staffing and outsourcing, real estate issues, company financing, whether debt financing or equity financing. It discusses critical business agreements. The annual filings that are going to be necessary at the state level and also at the federal level. It discusses intellectual property, trademarks, copyrights, patents, and trade secrets, and other business planning and life cycle considerations. So I'm trying to give you a lot in a very limited amount of time, but I will say I also offer consulting services for businesses. I've done this for 18 years. I offer my rate far lower than experienced business law firms. It'll be in the neighborhood of 1/5 of what you'd pay because I don't have the overhead that competent business law firms are going to charge. So at a fraction of the cost, I can offer those services. If you'd like, I can offer initial consulting for an hour at $125. That's a fraction of what you're going to pay at an experienced business law firm with an experienced lawyer and not an associate who is inexperienced. Even they will charge more than double for the associate. So I can offer that initial service hour consultation for $125. Feel free to email me. So thank you for tuning in. I'm going to be posting a number of videos on a number of legal and business considerations. Feel free to take a look at all those and then ask any questions that you may have. Pose them to me in email. I'm very good about responding to the emails. And my email is Stephen Jordan, ESQ@gmail.com. Stephen, STEPHEN, Jordan, ESQ@gmail.com. So this is Stephen Jordan wishing all of you prodigious business success. Email me with any questions. Have a wonderful day.